Well, here we go. It's been what, 24 hours or something like that? I don't know. I don't even know how long. Did the whole thing yesterday live stream. It's a Sunday evening. It's beautiful, beautiful afternoon. I was sitting here playing some Slay the Spire. Actually just got done listening to all of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Heart 5 concludes. Pop onto Twitter real quick. And Heart 6 has dropped from Drake. So this is a response. It's on YouTube. It's just a picture of something from Dave Free, who Drake alleges is the biological father of one of Kendrick's children. This whole thing has been like a whirlwind for me, obviously, because I'm just catching up. Anybody who's watched this, I do want to say also, like, in terms of my reacting to this, I'm not like the best person to watch, in my opinion, because there's so many things that are going to go right over my head. So just a bit of a disclaimer on that. I'm really watching and reacting to this because I'm curious to see, like, from a strategic point of view, how the hell, what do you say? My wife and I were talking about this morning a little bit. Like, what do you say after everything Kendrick has said? Let's find out. I don't have any lyrics up. This literally just dropped like 10 minutes ago. I have closed captions on to try and help, but whatever. Let's just go with it and see how this goes. Heart Part 6, Drake responding to Kendrick.
Now let me see you prove it. Just let me see you.
Okay.
All right. The Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration.
Okay, so basically he's saying we're feeding you lies so that you'll run with the lies. Basically, that's basically what he's saying. In the sample, I'm glad I had closed caption turned on because it kind of captured what the sample was saying. Now let's see you prove it. So he's saying basically prove it, and we're feeding you all this bullshit and you're taking the bait. That's basically what he's saying right now. Okay, let's keep going.
Gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is
Okay, so there's a good shot right there. Because lately online, it's funny, like, people have been talking about it like over the last 12 hours, right? Like, this shit is all just happening in real time. And I've seen a couple people shooting this thing around of, Drake, Kendrick saying that you have an 11-year-old daughter and that you're a pedophile. And the response is, I don't have an 11-year-old daughter. I mean, like, yeah, but there's also the other thing. So he's shooting back saying, how come Whitney isn't denying certain things? Everyone's talking about me not denying certain things. How come Whitney isn't denying certain things? Like, okay. We'll see if he addresses allegations against him, but okay, this is where we're at. Let me back up I'll go back about 20 seconds ago.
This is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That That's that one record where you say you got molested. Ah, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps, the shit you so obsessed with, is so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting.
Hold on. So we'll go back, but I think what I heard was Drake is saying, oh, you're saying all this shit about me because really what you're doing is just projecting your own shit onto me. That's why you're so hyper fixated on this. And now I feel bad for you, so I don't want to diss you anymore. That's what it sounded like he said. Let's go back. Let's go back and see if I actually heard that right. So he's basically using Mother I Sober, and yes, and what he said is it's accurate. He's reflecting. He's in that track. Kendrick is talking about the his mom being violated or molested, and there's this whole thing about his cousin and I think it was his cousin. Did he touch you and all this other shit? Basically, very very. If you haven't heard it, if you're not aware of it, very pretty incredible track in terms of just talking about family trauma. But it sounds like Drake is saying, oh, you're coming at me with this because you're so hyper fixated on it because it happened to you. Which isn't the best defense, in my opinion. Now, to be fair to Drake, I don't know how you defend yourself against just crazy, crazy attacks like this that Kendrick is doing, because he's coming at him hard. And one of the things that's, if something is untrue, how do you prove a negative, right? How do you prove you're not doing the things you're being accused of? Kind of a tricky situation. So anyway, let's listen to this again.
Shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother I, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Ah, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps, the shit you so obsessed with, is so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why that's the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly, there's a deeper message.
Okay, so at least he denies it. He denies it there. I already forgot the word specifically, but he's denying it. Okay, fair enough.
Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment. Not sure how to ease the sentiment. The shit's too
that's
intimate.
a good line, breeding resentment.
I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I'll slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross.
Yeah, but he had a whole thing. He went from A minor to B sharp to C flat to D major.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let's go back. Let's listen to that again. Yeah.
Deeper message. Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment.
That's a
Not
good
sure
one.
how to ease the sentiment. The shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major. I'll slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross hair like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Browns. I never look twice at no teenager. I'm a fucking hit maker, dawg, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass in extreme danger. Stop buying views and bot comments. You may as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't wanna fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. If you still bumping R. Kelly.
I don't know why I found that funny, but I find that funny. I don't want to fight with no woman beater. It feeds your nature. Is he trying to say, like, he's just going to get Kendrick mad and then Kendrick's going to go home and beat his wife? Is that what he's saying? Maybe. I don't know. Let's back up just a little bit.
I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records, I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't wanna fight with a woman beater, it feeds your nature. If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the savior. Said if they deleted his music, then your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand why these people praise you. Sounding like you sent him commissary when he needs some paper. Album dropping soon, no wonder you turn a clout chaser instead of doing hard labor. Nigga, I see you when I see you like Fantasia. Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise.
Well, I don't get it.
When I say I'll hit you back,
Yeah.
it's be a lot safer.
Yeah, but I don't get it.
When he's saying when Kendrick hits you, you get beat up. When I say I'll hit you back, it's
Oh, I get it. The whole wife beater thing again. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. That went right over my bald head for sure.
You know, as much as I hate to say it,
Yeah.
I've got to give him a little bit of props here. He has not once said how short he is.
Yeah, well, there's still a minute and a half left, so he might throw in another short joke or two.
That's true.
Let's go back just a little bit.
They're doing hard labor. Nigga, I see you when I see you like Fantasia. Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise.
I promise.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out, get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but it is what it is. You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though. Like, you got 10 more records to drop. The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist.
Oh,
And then you go and drop the West Coast one to try and cover that up. I would like that one. That would be some shit I could dance to if you wasn't tripling down on some whole other bullshit. But, you know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you, bring you back to the game. Like, you know, but just let me know when we're getting to the facts.
Okay.
Everything in my shit is facts.
Okay.
I'm waiting on you to return the favor, like.
Okay. You know, and that was one thing I was thinking about. Did we talk about that this morning? What if it's not true? Were we talking about that? Or was I just thinking about that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know, this is the real bind, right? Like Kendrick, what he's been doing in terms of coming at Drake, laying down a lot of allegations, right? They're pretty serious, obviously. What if they're not true? And, you know, there's kind of like two layers to that. What if they're not true because this leaker, this mole is feeding misinformation or whatever? Who knows? I'm not, for the record, I'm not like saying one way or the other. This is just the consideration side. If Kendrick's coming at him with all this shit and it's not true, and this is basically what Straight is saying, prove it. Prove it. He opens up the track with the sample, prove it. Then he denies it. Then now he's clearly saying, you know, Kendrick's lying. We fed you all this bullshit. You bought it. Obviously, you know, yeah, I'm a master manipulator, all this other shit. The bigger issue, what if it is a lie and Kendrick knows it's a lie and he's just saying a bunch of bullshit? That's worse, in my opinion. You know, that's not a great spot to be. I don't think Kendrick would do that. It would seem odd to do that, you know. I don't know. Who knows? One thing I found about this is it's a little bit more backing off. It's not as aggressive. It's
More chill.
he's backing off a little bit here. He's responding. He's addressing everything that's been thrown at him. And he's kind of being like, all right, you know, yeah, you did a good job. You got shit fired up. Good for you. It's all lies. It's all bullshit. It'd be nice if you said something true for once. In terms of a song, it's not really much of a song. I think Kendrick is getting a little bit more credit on the song aspect, especially with "Not Like Us." Like that was a fucking banger. This isn't like a song people are gonna listen to. This is basically just a response, which he had to do. But in terms of like just music, this isn't really something. I'm not putting this on a playlist. Like I'm not gonna go jogging and be like, oh yeah, let's listen to that Drake response, right? Where he's just telling Kendrick, it's a lie, and you should chill out a little bit. And I used to kind of like you a little bit, but damn, you're going crazy right now. Huh. And he didn't. One thing I noticed too, he didn't really bring anything new against Kendrick. He stuck with the wife beater thing. He hit on that a couple of times. He basically said everything you're saying is a lie. I fed it to you on purpose. You bought it. Now you're just feeding your fans a bunch of bullshit. Huh.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. I suppose. I mean, really, I started this wondering what's the strategy? How do you get out of this bind that you're in? Because I felt like after the last two tracks from Kendrick, Drake was in a bit of a corner. You gotta do something well to get out of that corner. This feels to me somewhat safe in terms of a response. The beat is not aggressive. The rapping is fairly clean. He's not like getting all growly and angry and going hard or anything like that. It's all pretty calm. Even at the end, he's kind of almost sliding out a tiny hint of a peace offering there, talking about, you burned the shit out. Wow, good for you. And I'm happy your fans are getting more raps out of you. It's cool to hear that, like that. Okay.
That was kind of a diss.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny. And the other thing, he's still leaning in on this Dave Free guy being the biological father of the kid. So there you go. Huh. Everyone's wondering, how does this end? Fuck if I know. And I almost wonder right now at this point if the ending of this just pure insanity, it will almost be like disappointing because it's been a hurricane, right? And then what if the storm just kind of blows out and that's it, People will be like, oh man.
Well, I don't know how it could end.
Well, I don't know either. Anyway. There was a couple good one-liners in there. One thing that sucks is not having the lyrics up. I can't go back through the lyrics. But I think other channels will pick up on that pretty well too. Okay. There's Drake's response. Now I'm going to upload this and I'll see on YouTube that Kendrick has already posted his response.
Right.